Okay guys, we're going to start off with a slip knot, and then we are going to chain up 54 chains, and then you're going to hold your finger on the 54th chain, and then you are going to double crochet into the 4th chain, which would be the 54th chain. I do not know why I can't say that right. The 54th chain, just like I am doing. Just continue all the way down to the end, and then we're going to chain up 3, and we're doing a V-stitch, so I'm skipping the first stitch, not the one that's connected to the chain 3, but the very next one. I'm skipping that one, and then I am going to double crochet 2 times into that stitch, which is going to form a V-stitch, and then I'm going to chain up 4 chains, and then I'm going to skip 4 stitches and do another 2 double crochets in the same chain, which is a V-stitch. And that's what I'm going to refer to it as throughout this pattern. So yeah, we're going to V-stitch all the way down to the end. I'm probably going to show you one more time. So we're going to chain up 4. And then skip 4 stitches and double V-stitch into the next stitch. Super easy, and if you've seen my netted pants, I definitely did the same stitch. So yeah, like I said, continue that all the way down to the end. And when you get down to the end, I want the beginning to look like the end. I want the end to look like the beginning. So the chain 3 that we did when we chained our 54, you're going to go ahead and do a double crochet into that one, skipping the last stitch. So it just makes it look even on both sides. And so then you chain up 3 and you go ahead and you V-stitch across every V-stitch, and you chain 4 and skip 4 across every chain 4, skip 4. So that's just how you continue the pattern going across, and I'm going to do that for 6 rows in total. And you guys, I'm sorry if this microphone is sounding distorted, but it's like a new microphone, and I haven't like got a lot of chances to use it, I guess. And I'm kind of stressed out and tired right now, trying to get this voiceover done, so sorry if I sound kind of boring also. So yeah, after I finish my 6 rows, I'm gonna go ahead and start my increase rows. So basically I'm going to chain up 3, and I'm going to go across 4 V-stitches or V-stitch patterns. I'm trying to show you right here. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm going to go across all 4 of those like I have done so far. I went across the first 4, and I'm going to V-stitch increase into the next 3 V-stitches. So after I chain my 4, I'm going to double crochet into the next V-stitch, chain 2, and then complete the V-stitch. So now it is an increase with 2 extra chains in between your double crochets or V-stitches. And I'm going to do that to the next 2 as well. So I have a total of 3 increases, which total 6 increase stitches. And I'm going to do that for 2 rows. So I have a total of 12 increases from my waist to my bust area. And it's just a little bit of math involved. You just want to figure out how many increases you need to get from your waist measurement to your bust measurement on both sides. You just divide it in half. So after I completed my 3 increases, I just went ahead the next
went ahead across the next 4 V-stitches. And like I said, I did that for 2 rows. So right here is our foundation double crochet row, our 6 rows of V-stitch, and our 2 rows of V-stitch increase. I'm just showing you that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and continue my V-stitches with no more increases for 12 more rows. Right here I have completed 6 of those 12 rows, and I would just need to complete 6 more. So basically you want to make 2 of them. This is the front. You do the front the same way that I just showed you, except once you do your 12 rows at the end, you go ahead and go across 3 to 4 V-stitch rows to create like a shoulder area, and I did that for about 5 or 6 rows also. So you go across 3 V-stitch patterns, and I did it for a few rows. So like I said, you do your front and your back kind of the same, but the back doesn't have the I'm telling you to do 6 more rows. But anyway, the back doesn't have the thing that the front has, the 2 side parts. But you could put that if you wanted to, but that's not how I did mine. So basically, you just want to put your right sides together for your front and your back, so you can stitch up the side and measure out your armhole area. And right now I'm showing you the Craft Yarn Council website, and this is where I go in and type in size when I want to find a size chart. So yeah, you type in size, and I'm looking for a women's size chart, so I click on that and it takes me to the size chart that I can see everybody's sizes. It goes from extra small to well over a 2X. And so right here I'm looking at number 7, the armhole depth, and it is 6 to 6.5 inches for a size extra small. So I'm going to take my measuring tape and I'm going to start from the top of my front and back piece together, and I'm going to measure out 6.5 inches, and I'm going to mark it with a stitch marker. And since this is cropped, it's not supposed to have a lot of space, so yeah, just make sure you're aware of that, or you can make yours longer and it can be a full length top. But I'm placing my safety pin as a stitch marker right here, and I'm just showing you where I'm gonna slip stitch the sides together. And after I slip stitch my sides together, I'm not cutting off the yarn, I'm keeping the yarn attached. So when I start my sleeve, I can just go ahead and use that yarn. And you want to also slip stitch the top of your sleeves together around where your neck hole is, so it can form, you know, a top basically. I hope this is making sense and that you can see what I have done already so far. So that's the armhole that we're going to go ahead and crochet around. So like I said, I never cut off my yarn when I slip stitched my sides up. So that's the slip stitch. Sorry, the lighting is messed up. But yeah, you just go ahead and start there. I'm going to chain 3. Okay, chain 3. And I'm sorry you can't really see, but I did a V-stitch in the closest space next to me, and then I chained 4. And then I just guessed 4 different spaces. So wherever I felt like it was 4 chain spaces or whatever, I just went ahead and put a V-stitch there. I did about 6 or 7 V-stitches around my armhole. You want to do probably 7 to 9 of them if you can, to make sure that it's not too tight, because my sleeves were very fitted. I don't mind it because I like most of my crochet pieces to be fitted to my body. But like I said, just be aware of that and try it on as you go, or measure it. So yeah, like I said, I just keep going around, chaining 4 and skipping 4 spaces or whatever it looks like 4 spaces to me, and then I'm putting a V-stitch there. And I'll show you after so you can see, because it doesn't really look like a sleeve at this point, but once you keep going in rounds, not increasing or decreasing, you will definitely start to see it look like a sleeve. Go ahead and you slip stitch into the end of that like you saw, and it's starting to look like a sleeve, well, at least to me. And when I come back, you'll see more of the sleeve. So here's after about 5 rows I have completed. So yeah, it's starting to look like a sleeve, and it definitely stretches. The stitch pattern stretches. You can see when I put my hand in there, it got a little bit bigger. So yeah, I just completed that for a total of 30 rows for the sleeves, and then I put a single crochet edging on the end of it, and I did the same exact thing for the other side, weaved in on my edges and flipped it in right sides out, and then it's perfect. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.